There's a number of factors that go into it. Lever length is a big one. So if all else equal, if you have longer levers, that is an advantage. It's one of the reasons that you see a lot of, 6'3", 6'5", 6'7" pitchers. Like you see the Tyler Glasnows. Like, and we can argue what's the optimal body type as a pitcher, but like it's somewhere in that range most likely. That doesn't mean you're not going to have some Marcus Stromans that can overcome. Maybe their levers aren't quite as long, but they can overcome that by being a little bit stronger, more athletic, more efficient mechanics for their frame, and still throw 94, still throw 96 miles an hour. So you definitely see some of that. Levers is a big factor. Strength or power, rate of force development, like how fast can I actually how fast and how much force can I apply to the baseball. It's basically like an energy transfer problem. So strength is a big piece of it too. These guys aren't like power lifters, but we call it big league strong. There's certain like strength levels that vast majority of hard throwers, so 95 plus mile an hour throwers get to. You'll have again. There's exceptions to all these rules. There's short guys that still throw hard because they're really good on all these other things. It's like a creative player on a video game that like some things are going to be high, some things are going to be lower. If you're the guy that everything is high, then you're like Aroldis Chapman, and you're just like the creative player that everything is maxed out. But lever length is a big one. The rate of force development is a big one. You'll have like your Chris Sales who aren't super strong, like kind of skinny, undersized, but they make up for it with 82-inch wingspan or whatever he has. So the strength aspect, they're strong. So you'll have guys that typically, they're able to squat mid 300 pounds to 400 plus pounds for reps. Most hard throwing guys are deadlifting 450, 500 pounds. And then most of these guys can easily bench 225 plus for some reps. So again, not everybody, but you look at like Bryce Harper, you look at Shohei Ohtani, like they're not power lifters, but like they're significantly stronger than the average Joe. So the strength is a big one. From a mechanical standpoint, we're looking at how can I maximally transfer energy from the ground up through my pelvis, up through my torso, out and around into my arm, and be able to leverage my arm as a whip to maximally get all of that momentum into the baseball. And so there's a number of things. The simplest way of like looking at mechanics is there's an initial weight shift. That's the drift. That's like your leg lift. You're getting everything going forward. And then then there's the linear move or the hinge. And that's where you actually like find your back leg and you stride forward down the mound. That point is really important because you need to make sure that you're still stable on the back leg as you move forward, as opposed to just like falling down the mound. So there's an initial weight shift, that's the leg lift, and then there's like a really stable anchor point. You're finding the back leg as you ride down the mound, which is hard for people to conceptualize because it's like you're staying back while moving forwards. You're striding down the mound, but like you're building so much tension as you move down the mound in that back hip. You're loading tension, like you're about to throw a punch. You're not just like stepping down the mound. You're getting everything going forward, and then you're loading tension, winding tension as you move down the mound. Third phase is the rotate phase. That's allowing all that tension you built to unleash, but not from the upper half. The pelvis goes first. And so now you're getting this last second. Pelvis rotates, torso stays back. And so that's the hip shoulder separation. That's like you see Aroldis Chapman at landing or any of these hard throwing guys, and they just have this huge stretch from their hips through their torso. And so you've just wound like a ton of potential energy. You've wound the fascia up essentially. And so that's the rotate phase. And then there's what's called the block phase, and that's the lead leg plants. And you get this very firm plant of that foot on the ground, and it now gives you something really firm to rotate into. And so think of like Justin Verlander, how his lead leg almost like hyperextends when he throws. So that's the block phase. A good block allows you to send that energy up the chain, and you can think of it like a tornado. You ride that tension down the mound, you unload, you get a really firm block on the front leg, and now you have the stability to just let everything tornado up the chain. And so now you've turned your body into a whip. But you don't want everything to just turn as one unit. You want the pelvis to go, and then the torso to go, and then the arm to go, and the arm spirals out and around, and then all of that makes its way into the ball. So it's like this controlled. You're building tension and you're riding that in a linear way, and then you're turning it into rotational momentum. You're popping the hips, and now the trunk goes, and now the arm goes. So it's linear, and you're converting that linear momentum from the stride into rotation, and it works its way up like a tornado. And it's pelvis, torso, and then out and around into the arm and into the ball.